Hi, my name's Alexis St. Laurent, and I'm an accounting finance major.
Hi, I'm Maddie Martell, and I'm a health science major.
Hi, my name is Zoe Asterio Correa, and I'm a sports management major.
For the last 26 years, Afghanistan women have gained more rights and freedom in their country. However, they are slowly getting their rights taken away, meaning that women who have gotten an education and women who are getting an education are slowly going back to the world that their mothers and grandmothers grew up in. The last 2 years since the Americans have left Afghanistan, the Taliban has started regaining control on women and have been placing harsh Sharia codes on women. Sharia codes are seen in Muslim culture as how Muslims should create their life through God's wishes. So that means that women and men should live their ways of life on how God sees it. These laws are making very hard restrictions on women and how they go through their daily lives. And if they go against these laws, they face brutal violations to their rights. These types of laws, one of them being that a woman can't travel 48 miles without a male companion with them. And that if they want to go anywhere, they need to have a male companion with them. And if they would like to go to like a doctor's office or go to work or go to the grocery store, they need a male to come with them. But parts of the country are placing harsher restrictions on women than other parts of the country, such as I said, like going to the doctors, even going into like a government building, they can't do because of these Sharia codes and facing these violations. A woman named of the name Kujasta Alam, she was the director of the Afghanistan Community Civil Services, and her job, she like worked for the government basically, and she has not worked for a couple of months now, almost a year at this point. And now the Afghanistan, instead of them saying that they don't employ women, Miss Alam has to log into her government website and like put in her credentials and log in to say that she's working even though she's not. And this means that she's not being paid for the work that she's supposedly doing. This is really bad for women because they're not getting paid and they've been getting jobs for a long time at this point. For almost 20 years, they've been going out and they've been getting jobs and working and bringing in income to their families. But not only do these restrictions put on women just affect women, these also affect men in Afghanistan, meaning that a man is now forced to work even harder than what he was doing prior. So if a man has to work a job and his wife had a job, or like his mom had a job, that woman can't go and work anymore unless they have a male companion because of the Sharia codes. So women are now relying solely on the man's income to make a home and like put food on the table and all of this stuff that a normal family would have to do with two incomes. Another thing is that girls can't go to school anymore. So women or girls under the age of like 14, so 7th grade and under, they're now being forced to just go home and start a family, and they're getting married off, and they're not getting that proper education that other girls have gotten in the past. On March 23rd, 2022, girls were really excited to go back to school for the first time in months, and after a couple of hours of being at school, the Taliban changed their minds and decided that they weren't allowed to go to school anymore. So this basically means that girls aren't in school now after they've been 14 years. So they've been in school for 10 years at this point. They're no longer getting the education that they deserve. And also, another thing is that men can't teach girls in school. The Taliban's put that law into place, which is putting a hard strain on the teacher shortage in Afghanistan, because women can't go and get a job without a male companion. So if they can't teach students and men can't teach girls, then how are these girls supposed to get an education? Since 2001, girls have been able to get an education in Afghanistan, but now 15-year-olds are being sold as sex slaves in Afghanistan, and this already puts a percentage of 80% of women higher that are suffering from abuse in the country. But this isn't the average Taliban that we've all heard in the news since 2001. This is a much meaner and stricter Taliban, and they're learning with the ways of technology and society. So now they're able to track people with their phones, and they're able to send people messages, like encrypted messages. So women who have retired from working in government or have been judges or lawyers or something like that, they're now sending these messages to these women and saying, we will send you a location where there is going to be a plane. You are to board the plane and you will be able to leave the country and you'll be safe. However, that's not what's actually happening, and these women are believing these text messages, and they're going to these locations and they're getting brutally attacked by the Taliban. They can also track with phones, and they can recruit men with tracking, so young men who are the same ages as these girls who are not getting an education, and these men are using their age and behaviors, and they are creating a negative environment for both these men and women in the country. These Sharia codes are only going to get stricter as time progresses, and it'll be very interesting in the next couple of months and years on how far the Taliban is going to go for these Sharia codes and these restrictions on women. And it will be very interesting if America has to go back into Afghanistan to get the Taliban under control again.